I got this comment on a YouTube video. I feel like every week has been completely sabotaged by some sort of illness, my kids or even myself, and it's been so discouraging, especially for someone who likes structure, predictability, and results. How do you guys deal with sickness? So, we have 2 young kids, and so we experience this a lot. In fact, studies show that young kids get sick roughly 6 times a year from respiratory viruses alone. And sometimes it can feel like there is always someone sick in the house. And listen, I don't have a magic bullet here. This is part of being an adult, part of being a parent, and it can suck. Sickness happens, and I'm not going to tell you that you need to operate at the same high level that you normally would, because that would be bad for your long-term health. But there are some massively better ways to approach unexpected illness so that you can still experience forward progress towards your goals just like you're used to. So here's my tips for winning the week when illness strikes. Tip number 1, build sickness into your planning expectations. So parents, don't make the rookie mistake of overlooking sickness in your weekly or monthly plans. I mean, let's be real, how many months went by without someone getting sick last year? Probably none. So it's crucial to factor in unexpected sicknesses when you're doing your planning. In our Lifehack Tribe membership program, we plan our upcoming week live every Friday together, and we make sure to build in flex time that's going to save your bacon if a virus runs through your family like wildfire. Tip number 2, tiger approach. Tiger approach means attacking the problem and finding solutions fast rather than trying to ignore or wish away the issue. So once the illness hits, don't lose time crying over spilled milk, just step into action right away. If you're the one that's sick, go to the doctor. If you need to reprioritize, do it instantly. Don't try to wish the problem away or allow yourself to dwell on it or hope that you're just going to get better real quick. No one's going to give you an award for that, and you're going to end up spinning your wheels. Tip number 3, have emergency childcare options on hand. Babysitters, nannies, relatives. Especially if you have young kids, you need someone you can turn to in these moments. You'll find that even a few hours of help can make a huge difference. And think creatively here. If you have older kids, try to get them rides with other parents to their various activities while you take care of the sick younger kid. And make sure to have several options on hand, creating overlapping layers of support. And that way you aren't relying too heavily on just one nanny, for instance. Try out several babysitters when all the kids are healthy so that you have a roster of good ones that you can call in moments of need. Tip number 4, create an illness protocol with your partner if you have one. When people in the house are sick, your systems need to change. But sometimes you and your partner just aren't on the same page about that. It can be a real difficult moment to ask them for additional support. Especially if you're the default parent, you'll need to ask your partner to step up more and take on more responsibility if you end up getting sick or if you're managing all these sick kids. So discuss with your partner who's going to take the kids to the doctor, who's going to be putting the kids to bed or stay up during the night with them, who's going to be in charge of meals, etc., etc. And you can put this in place when everyone's healthy so that you aren't creating it from scratch once you need it and nobody's surprised negatively when they're called on to support more. Tip number 5, just assume that the illness is going to take a huge chunk out of your schedule. Your kids are going to need more from you, or if you're sick, then you'll need more time to rest. So just take a moment, but adjust to this new reality and replan your week accordingly. You simply aren't going to be able to work as many hours, and that's okay. If you're smart about it, you can still get your most important work done. Tip number 6, focus in on the leveraged work. If you really get honest, there's usually just 2 to 3 hours of really leveraged important work that you need to do each week. So make sure it happens before the rest of your shallow work just sucks up your limited time and energy. And if you need to, work in shifts to create windows of deep work time late at night or early in the morning, and use those hours to knock out your deep work so that then you can rest easy, knowing that you've already won the week. Tip number 7, rearrange your work. You might not have had the brain capacity for all the tasks on your list, even if you have all the time in the world. So instead, take a look at your list. Decide which tasks you can take on given your energy levels and swap them. for the ones that you feel like you just can't even bear to look at right now. For example, I'm writing this script during a day when I'm sick. Gigi brought home a cold from daycare, which of course the rest of us now have too, but I still feel like I have the energy to type and write, even though I don't have the energy to film. So I'll leave the filming part to another day when I'm feeling better. Progress is progress, even if it's not necessarily on the tasks you originally planned. Tip number 8, do what you need to do so that this does not take over your week. Relax the rules around your house. Let your kid watch movies all day. Allow snacks in bed. Order in so you don't have to cook. Straight up cancel kids' extracurriculars. If you want to pull off a win, what's necessary is to lower your normal standards. And hopefully, this also earns you the fun parent title. So remember, while illness can be frustrating and annoying, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you're smart, you bring your expectations in line with reality, you can set a new plan for success and end the week feeling like it was the best possible version of that week.